Alright, hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is the end of April, so in this video I'm going to be talking about my April favorites. In my monthly favorites videos, I talk about things that I consumed and enjoyed. I offer a review, some insight, maybe a recommendation, or maybe just an inspiration for you to go pursue one of these things. This one is going to be about books, podcasts, anime, and bracelets. Alright, so let's start with books. My favorite YouTuber published her first book, Beauty and the Breakdown. Her name is Zoe Ariel. This book is basically about her spiritual and life journey surrounding her starting her YouTube channel and going on to do amazing and inspirational things. I think it's very brave for her to publish this book because it kind of offers a backstory or like the background of what was going on in her life. Just because with YouTube or any kind of social media platform where you have an audience that wants to see a certain type of content, you're kind of forced to like put up a highlight reel of your life. And I've been following Zoe for a while and I feel like I'm more interested in Zoe the person rather than Zoe the YouTuber, so this book meant a lot for me to be able to read like her personal journey and like her not so glamorous stuff that went into her amazing lifestyle change. So if you don't follow Zoe on YouTube, instead of recommending the book to you, I'm going to recommend that you go follow her. Especially if you like my videos, I take a lot of inspiration from her stuff. So if you like my stuff, I think you'll definitely like hers. And the other book I finished this month was Ego is the Enemy by Ryan. I listened to it on Audible. It's basically about managing your ego or keeping your pride in check and not going for things that you're not actually suited for, basically. I feel like I was not the target audience for this book. I feel like it's more for big business people. I was still able to take some lessons from there. It did kick my butt enough to go apply for certain jobs. It's just hard for me to make the distinction between being prideful or egotistical versus like is actually believing myself and having self-efficacy. I don't know, I feel like I struggle with believing myself, so like sometimes I have to like pep talk myself like, Brittany, you can do this, you're good enough for this, blah 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 blah. I don't think I'm being like prideful or anything when I like try to take value in my work or anything. It's just something I have to work with, and that's why I was very hesitant about the book, because it tells you like be more humble, but I'm like, I feel like I need to be more, not more prideful, but I feel like I need to be more proud of myself. So I think it was just something I had to work through while I was listening to it. And when I run out of Audible credits or can't decide on what to get next on Audible, I move over to podcasts. This month I was really into Listen Money Matters series called Online Business Month. I actually think Online Business Month was last month, but I listened to it in April. So I really like this podcast because the two hosts just kind of have a conversation and they have it about very specific things, and then they're both very knowledgeable in money and on starting a business. This was the theme for the month. The business side of business really intimidates me, and I'm just trying to get more education on the topic. So they talk about setting your prices, creating a business plan, testing the market, and how to negotiate. Lots of useful stuff if you're looking into business anything. It's simple, broken down content. So I'll just talk about my jewelry that I really enjoyed. So we'll talk about this one first. This is a mala bracelet. I actually got this in December from one of my personal training clients when I left. So a mala bracelet is basically like a meditation bracelet. You for each bead you say an affirmation or like your mantra or whatever, and like as you're meditating you kind of just like make your way down it while you recite it. I really like it. I've been using it since I received it, but it just meant so much this month with my morning routine and my morning meditation, because I'll finish and I'll like, you know, pray over it essentially, and then I'll just slip it back on my wrist, and I feel like all that energy is back on my wrist, and I don't know, I just really like it. And then next, so I made a bracelet. So this is a hemp bracelet. The colors are blue, red, orange, and white, which is the color of my boyfriend's uniform when he worked at Disney. And because we are back to our long distance status, it is really nice for me to have this hemp bracelet around my wrist, and it makes me think of him and everything. So I just been wearing these a lot. They just add so much to my everyday life when I wear them. And lastly, I'm going to talk about anime. It is very hard for me to find anime that I like now. I don't know if they're just not making them as good anymore or I'm just so picky. But I did finish Magical Girl Raising Project. And yes, I watched it because it had the word magical girl in it. This anime is about ordinary girls that become magical girls, and they have to earn candies by doing good deeds. And then like in the middle of it, it turns into like a battle royale, Hunger Games, where they all have to kill each other and the last one standing wins. Which is so it started off like so cute, and I loved it, and the characters are so funny and likable, and then they all kind of die at the end. It just turned really grim. But it's okay, like even though I can't watch shows like Game of Thrones because it's too violent, I have no problem with cartoon violence. Despite the gore and the sadistic tactics, I actually enjoy this one. I just want to say something. Magical girl is a very commonly used term now in anime. I just think it's funny because like the original magical girls, I know Sailor Moon wasn't the first magical girl, but she's like the pioneer of the genre. When Luna approached Usagi, she didn't say, hey, do you want to be a magical girl and like fight evil and like get credit for being magical? Like, she didn't say that. She's like, this is your destiny, like you need to do this, blah blah blah. It was like a divine calling for her. But now it's like, oh hey, you want to be a magical girl? Anybody can be magical, just sign a contract and get a wish, or blah blah blah. So I just think it's funny that that's what magical girl means now, is anybody can be magical. Have to like, there's just an exchange of services, and then voila, you're a magical girl. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video, checking out the content that I'm into this month. If you like this content, I'm going to link everything below so you can check that out for yourself. So if I didn't say it before, my name is Brittany, and I make YouTube videos about various topics. I do have a health and wellness theme that I'm going with, and where I talk about basically being happier and healthier, and not just physical health like fitness, but also mental and spiritual health like meditation and mindfulness. So if you're into any of that stuff or would like to see more videos from me, go ahead and subscribe. And I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you this, but if you like this video, please like it, giving it a thumbs up. And if you have anything to add to the conversation, questions, comments, your own recommendations, go ahead and leave a comment below. And I just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you a happy and healthy day.